Every year, an estimated $4 trillion in criminal proceeds is laundered through the global economy. We live in a world of total financial surveillance, where banks use AI and strict regulations to flag every suspicious move. Yet this mountain of illicit wealth disappears without triggering a single alarm. The world's most sophisticated criminal organizations aren't hacking this digital grid. They are bypassing it entirely, opting for an invisible, low-tech alternative. This network is effectively a ghost, a shadow system that thrives specifically because it operates outside the digital infrastructure built to catch it. This system was not invented by modern hackers. Its roots reach back to the Tang Dynasty during a period of massive commercial expansion. At the time, tea and silk merchants were paid in heavy copper coins. Transporting bags of this physical currency across the empire was slow and left merchants vulnerable to highway robbers. The solution was flying money. A merchant would deposit their heavy coins with a trusted partner in the capital in exchange for a simple piece of paper. Once home, they redeemed that paper with a local partner for the same amount. No gold or copper ever had to cross the dangerous road. As the Chinese diaspora spread across the globe, these commercial hubs grew into a resilient network. They were anchored by a system of mutual reliance and deep-seated cultural trust that allowed value to move between families across oceans. Modern criminals have now co-opted this ancient system of paperless ledgers, using that same foundation of trust to build a shadow bank that is nearly impossible for outsiders to see. Because this system relies on analog trust rather than digital data, traditional surveillance is useless. Infiltrating it requires high-risk human intelligence. Undercover operatives spend months posing as corrupt businessmen, slowly building the personal rapport necessary to see how the money actually moves. These investigations have revealed a deep financial partnership between Mexican drug cartels and Chinese brokers. To move value without using cash, cartels have turned to the poaching of endangered marine life, specifically the totawaba fish. These dried bladders, often called cocaine of the sea, are smuggled into China and sold to the elite for tens of thousands of dollars per kilogram, generating millions in illicit capital. These environmental crimes provide the initial deposits in a global shadow banking ledger, allowing cartels to convert poached goods into usable credit. Once the seafood is sold, the Chinese brokers hold millions in profit that they owe to the cartels in Mexico. But they cannot simply wire the funds across a border. They solve this through a mirror transaction. Front companies manipulate global trade. A Chinese broker ships a container of cheap electronics to a cartel store in Mexico. By inflating the invoice price, the cartel repays the debt under the guise of routine business. These doctored shipments are hidden within the massive daily volume of global commerce, where only a tiny fraction of containers are ever inspected. The legal global economy effectively serves as the washing machine, where billions in illicit drug debts are settled through the movement of mundane consumer goods. This system isn't limited to a single route. Mirror transactions provide the financial backbone for criminal enterprises on every continent. It is the mechanism used to move value from the illegal ivory trade. It funds the international extraction and sale of rhino horns. It sustains the massive illicit market for shark fins. This same ledger supports industries ranging from illegal timber and human trafficking to the smuggling of fentanyl precursors. By providing a standardized way to move value without banks, flying money allows localized syndicates to coordinate and settle debts across the globe. Because this ledger exists only in the minds and encrypted chats of trusted brokers, digital algorithms will never be enough to dismantle it. Current enforcement is often geared toward visible border seizures, which are easy to measure but rarely impact the long-term viability of the criminal organization. Shifting the momentum requires governments to invest in the patient, high-risk work of human intelligence, infiltrating the social networks that make the system function. Successfully disrupting the global black market requires authorities to target the invisible trust at the core of these networks, rather than the physical products they move.